I'm not going to get into a full-blown discussion about this. I just want to hit home this message right here. The people trying to put forward that mandating vaccines is a good thing are leading you by the nose down a path that you, trust me, do not want to go. Why am I saying this? Because I want to equate this to the message of buy gold, right? Everybody can clearly understand buying gold as a protection against inflation is a good thing, right? Gold, good. Gold, having been bought and sold for over 2,000 years, if not more, equals good, right? It's a really simple concept. But here's the trick. A gold ETF is not gold, but people buy gold ETFs because they think it is gold, right? And I'm going to explain what an ETF is. An electronic traded fund. Again, it's an electronic traded fund. It is not gold. You are buying a piece of paper that says you own gold. Just like you heard the stories of the people who said that they went to eBay and they bought a Lamborghini for $20,000 and instead what they got was a picture of a Lamborghini. That's what a gold ETF is. People purchase a gold ETF thinking that they have purchased gold. I'm being serious. This is a real thing. What does that have to do with vaccines? The vaccines of the 20s is not the vaccines of today. So the people who are mandating vaccines of today, trying to harken back and tell you the stories about the 20s, about polio, about the mumps and measles, are trying to lead you to believe that you are purchasing the vaccines of back then. Oh, the companies have wised up. Why sell you the gold when they can sell you a gold ETF? And that's exactly what is going on. Do you really think that the vaccine of today is the same vaccine from the 20s? No, it is not. It is nowhere near the same thing. Now, I don't have a medical degree, and neither do you. And neither do the people who are trying to force the entire population to purchase the measles vaccine. Purchase the measles vaccine and mandate that you purchase the measles vaccine. They are trying to force the entire population to purchase the measles vaccines, and I'm telling you, you are not buying gold. You are buying a gold ETF. The actual medical information is that for real effect, you must have children or humans who are immune to the measles, that they develop in the immunity themselves. And it is from those people that you draw their blood and get the substance to create the measles vaccine. Let me tell you, if everybody got the measles vaccines, that by definition precludes anyone from developing the immunity. It stops, it eradicates any human that actually develops the immunity. There are a heck of a lot more Americans today than there were in the 1920s. Right? Right. Ergo, vis-a-vis concordantly, it is a mathematical impossibility that they are developing the vaccine from humans who have developed the immunity. So I ask you, Mr. Non-Medical Degree, where are they getting the measles vaccines that they are trying to sell to the public today? They are making them in the laboratory. Now, if in the 20s they got the vaccine from humans who had the immunity. And today we don't have humans who have the immunity. And we know that they are creating it in the laboratory. And we know from the 20s that that's how they developed the vaccine. And in the 1920s, the population was nowhere near what it is today. How effective do you think that the thing that they're calling a measles vaccine today is against the actual measles? This past December, they said, we are sorry. I'm sorry, wait a minute. The CDC and the FDA came out with a public statement that said, we apologize. The influenza vaccine is not effective against the flu that is going around in 2014. This strain of influenza that is spreading throughout humans now is more potent and more powerful than the vaccines that we have right now. So we do not recommend that you get the influenza vaccine. I know a lot of people are going to bury your head in the sand and go, but that doesn't mean that the measles vaccine is the same way. It's the same exact way. It's the same exact thing. They are not using the vaccine from the 20s. They are not developing the vaccine from an immune human. They are developing it in the laboratory. It is a gold ETF. It is a paper Lamborghini. I know they call it a vaccine, but just because they call it a vaccine doesn't actually mean that it is a vaccine. And if you think, oh, that company can't call it a vaccine if it's not a vaccine, you are ignorant. You are stupid. You're not paying attention. Do you know that the people who sit on the FDA, the scientists, the administrators, the person in charge, come from the pharmaceutical companies to begin with? And people are developing measles from the vaccine. Oh, I'm not saying they're developing antibodies and immunities. I am saying they are developing measles and everything that the measles bring to them. And I'm going to say this and I'm going to leave it with you. I'll get into a more factual and debate and discussion and historical and what have you later on in a later video. Their very first baby that developed the measles at Disneyland had been vaccinated. So calling for everybody to be vaccinated and mandating it does not mean you are mandating an eradication of the disease. The very first baby who infected everybody was vaccinated. Over 50% of the babies that developed the measles at Disneyland were vaccinated. Some people you can't even reason with. Some people will question you because they have been told that the government is good. The government is good. I'm here to tell you the government is not good. First of all, the government isn't even supposed to be in healthcare. There should not even be the capability of the government saying that we're going to pass a law to force people to go to a doctor and purchase something. Until you even get the human population in the United States of America out of that mindset, you're not going to have any progress. And you know what? The companies that create these vaccines have gotten the lawmakers to pass a law that says the companies, the pharmaceutical companies cannot be sued.